All right, so we're here with Justin Rivera, the man who got the game-winning hit, well, ends up being the game-winning hit in the top of the ninth inning. Justin, you came over from Bloomfield College this past year, your transfer here. What's it been like, first before we even get to the hit, coming here to Post in your first season?
Amazing. I'm just crazy how the experience has been. I'm used to not just winning, it's just fun. These guys, just winning with them, I'm having the time of my life and just getting better.
Did you expect coming into here when you transferred to Post, when you talked to Ray Skold and you got offered to come here, did you expect to be standing here hoisting the CACC Championship trophy when you first talked to Ray?
Yes. As simple as that, yes.
And then what were you looking at in that ninth inning? I mean, you got that game-winning hit there. Obviously, a little bit of tough work in the bottom half of the inning for Nick Seaman, gets the job done. But what were you looking on that pitch that you got there to get that game winner?
I knew I got recruited for a reason, and I trusted myself, and the moment didn't get too big, and I wanted to be there, and I knew I was going to get the hit. Not a doubt in my mind.
And now looking ahead, you guys obviously now have to prepare for the NCAA Regional Tournament. You looked like you guys were going to be a lock either way, win or lose today, but it's even more sweet to obviously win the CACC Championship. It's your first time in program history, this team's first time in program history. They've been here 4 times. What does it mean to be part of pretty much history at Post University now?
It's amazing, and there's not a better group of guys I could wish for to be going through this with, and I'm just excited and blessed.
And now, moving forward, how do you guys prepare for the NCAA Regional? You're probably going to be in one of the top 2 or 3 slots, I have to guess, for seeding. What do you guys have to do to beat some of these teams? Because there's going to be a lot of tough teams out there. You might see some CACC teams. You're probably going to see Southern New Hampshire at some point, possibly. Queens might be in the mix. We don't know yet. But what do you guys have to do to keep the ball rolling in the Regional?
Keep doing what we've been doing. Trust ourselves, and we got what it takes to be winners of everything.
Justin Rivera joining me here, and we're going to bring in a few more people. I think we have Jack Martineau coming in now to talk to us, the pitcher from today who went 8 strong innings. I got your numbers right here. 113 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. But before we get to that magnificent performance, you struggled at the start. You know, you gave up 3 runs in 3 innings, and even up there we were like, oh man, what were we thinking starting him in this game? But then you figured it out as you went along and got the ball rolling, and you were shutting down. The bottom half of the lineup, I believe, when I looked at the final stats, didn't have a hit. I think their final 4 hitters were 0 for the day, and their top hitter before you exited the game. What did you adjust as the game went on?
I mean, honestly, I got to give it to Jimmy. I mean, he won the MVP through this. I mean, he brought me back in. He brought me back in. Like I was getting got a little big for me in the first couple innings. I let it get to my head a little bit. He came in, he talked to me, brought me back in, and from there it was lights out.
Were you nervous at all? I mean, you're a freshman starting in the CACC Championship. I don't think you've started in several weeks, too, if I looked at the stats right. At least not at home. Yeah. And now you're on the biggest stage, essentially, right now, tasked with pretty much taking your team to the CACC Championship game. Were you nervous at all?
No. I knew we were going to win.
And did you know you were getting the ball coming into today, or was it like a last-minute thing, like Ray told you in the dugout this morning, you're getting it?
Well, I kind of knew, but it wasn't definite until a little bit later. But I knew. Any
thoughts of you going out in that 9th inning either at all, or was it done after 8?
There were thoughts. But, I mean, Nick Seaman, dude, lights out. Like, he's a great pitcher.
And now being a freshman, too, this is the first CACC championship in program history for Post University. They've been here 4 times. In fact, your coach played on that team that made it to the first CACC championship, and they lost there to Dominican. And now you're standing here as a freshman as a CACC champion. What does that feel like?
It's special. It feels awesome. I can't wait to do it again.
Did you expect coming in? I asked Justin this too because he was a transfer coming in. Did you expect to be here when you were recruited by Ray at the beginning of the year?
Yes. I knew this team was special.
And then moving forward, NCAA Regional coming up, I was just telling Justin, you're probably going to be one of the top few seeds in that tournament now that you've won the conference. What do you guys have to do to keep the ball rolling? You're going to probably see some familiar foes in Southern New Hampshire, possibly some of these CACC teams that get at-larges. What do you guys have to do to just keep it rolling?
I mean, we played SNU a couple times this year. I mean, all the games were close. We split with them. We can hang in there with them. We can beat them, and we're going to beat them.
Well, you did beat them twice already during the year, and one just came almost a week ago, and then they had some trouble in that tournament. You got to think they'll probably retool a little. But, Jack, congratulations on the great performance, and then we're going to eventually get, I think, Jaylen Kelley, Nick Seaman, and Jimmy Brennan over here, and then Coach Skold whenever he's ready. If you want to try and grab one of them in the midst of the celebration. But, Jack, thank you for joining us. So we're waiting on a few more people to come down because everybody's milling about to our right, my left, your right on the screen. kind of celebrating this moment. Again, it's the first time in program history that Post University has won it. When we talk to Coach Skold, we'll talk about that too, because he was on that final team, the first team that made it to the CACC Championship, and they fell just short in that game. And in fact, when we talked to Jimmy Brennan as well, an interesting thing about him is he's closing in as well as Michael Pavlicek on the all-time hit record set by Dan Luisi, who was a part of that team that made it to the CACC Championship game. And in fact, what makes it even more interesting too is AJ McNamara, who is now an assistant AD here at Post University, was also the coach for Ray Skold in that 2010 season. So a lot of different parts here that makes this day so historic for Post University, getting their first win over Jefferson 4-3 with that run in the top of the 9th inning, not even needing the if necessary game. As we wait for a few more people to come over, we got Jaylen Kelley coming over right now. And we got Jaylen Kelley here. So, Jaylen, I mean, we talked to you a couple days ago, and you had 2 home runs, and you had, I believe it was 4 RBIs in that game. But you were 8 for 10 for the tournament. I believe you were just named to the all-tournament team. And again, this is your first year playing. We talked about the other day due to injuries and stuff. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot, man. I'm more happy seeing everybody, excited and happy we got a championship. I'm happy we got the ring for the boys, for the seniors. So, it just feels good. We're just taking it all in right now. So.
You're a senior yourself, too, but do you have any more eligibility left? I know everybody's kind of in a different spot.
I don't know. We'll see, so I guess we'll see, huh?
What's it been like having to overcome injuries these past 2 years to finally be able to play in the starting lineup regularly and then contributing heavily to this team?
I mean, it feels good. It feels like it was a long wait. I knew I could help the guys out, and I just, play baseball, and that's it, man.
What does this mean to you in general to be part of history for Post and then getting to move on to this regional tournament now where you're going to face a lot of probably familiar foes that you face this year?
It means a lot, but, we still got more baseball, so can't get too excited. Can't get, can't let up. We got to keep going. We got another week, so.
And what's it mean to be part of history at Post? We were talking about how Coach Skold was on that team that made it to the first CACC championship, and now you guys, the 4th time here, have won the CACC championship. What does that mean to be part of history in your senior year?
It feels good. The last 2 years we weren't able to get the job done almost, but almost doesn't count. But this year we got it done, so just happy.
Jaylen Kelley joining us. We'll grab a few interviews off air. We'll send it back up to Doug DeBias for the wrap-up. If you want to catch those other interviews, we'll grab those and put them up on YouTube later tonight. But for now, we'll send it back up to Doug DeBias to wrap up today's game.